Hey, what's good, guys? So, I've got two bets at high odds for the UFC this weekend. So, it's Royval versus Kape. And I like both of these as value plays. I'm not saying they're going to hit, but I'm saying the odds are very good value. So, I'm going to give you two of my favourite bets from this weekend. Hopefully, at least one of them cashes and you make crazy profit because the odds are very good. So, the first one I want to go with is going to be the main event. Now, initially, when I looked at this, I kind of liked Royval by decision, but I think Royval, he loses to the more elite fighters, and I think Kape is an elite fighter. And the reason I wanted to bet him by decision is because the odds were very high. And then I saw what the odds were for Kape by decision. Now, Manel Kape is a very powerful puncher, and he's very patient as well. So he can find the knockout. But Royval hasn't been knocked out, and he just fought Joshua Van before, who is a very dangerous striker. I would say more dangerous than Kape even. I'd love to see those two fight, by the way, as a side note. But I think Royval, he's been fighting the elite of the division for a long time. Good cardio. I think his skill set is going to be a poor matchup for Kape, but I think he can survive. So I think Kape is going to win by decision, and you can get some crazy odds. The odds for this are, at the moment, 3.8 decimal odds. I think that's plus 480. And that's on QuinnBet in the UK. I think you can also get similar odds as well. I think you can get similar odds on any bookie at the moment. I think even Unibet MGM's 3.75. The other way you could play it is Kape to win plus over 2.5 rounds, which is plus money, which I think is pretty good as well, because I think if he gets a finish, it may come later. And I think Royval will be careful in this fight, because I think his win condition is going to be to win by decision or later in the fight if he finds a finish, if he's just got a cardio advantage. But I think Kape is an elite level athlete. He's not going to gas. He's going to be able to fight at a high pace. So Royval, if he's going to win, it's going to be by decision, in my opinion, which I think is going to make him become more patient and draw the fight out, try and stay safe. It may be a bit boring, but I like that bet a lot, purely for the value. Kape can 100% KO him or finish him, but I think for those odds, you get him very good value. The other one I'm going to go for is going to be Gillian Robertson to win by submission, and that's at similar odds. So it's 4.0 decimal odds, so 3-1 odds, plus 500, I think, for American odds. Now, I like Lemos, and I think she is consistently overlooked as an underdog, and if she can keep it standing, she is going to have her way with Gillian, but she hasn't looked as good in her recent fights. I think she had quite a high ceiling. She's a big girl, but she's someone who seems to have all the attributes to win, but she gets caught. She got caught by who was it? Andrade, standing arm triangle. And okay, Andrade is a power striker, so maybe she wasn't preparing as much for the grappling, but she's been submitted a couple of times. And if Gillian gets her to the ground, which I think she eventually will, I think she'll find a submission, and I think Lemos will try and use her strength and her natural athleticism and size to try and stand up, and I think she's going to get caught. And I love Robertson because she does things like, from back mount, she'll go for the armbar if the round's coming to an end. She'll go for something that's not, it's not like standard jiu-jitsu, just working for the choke. If the choke's not working, she'll transition and she'll switch and she'll try and get an armbar in the last 20 minutes. And that's very high IQ, but it's also a very aggressive jiu-jitsu game. And I think that's a very good style to beat the most. She is going to be in trouble on the feet, though. That's the only thing. So she needs to be very careful when she's closing the distance. But I think she will get it down. And those are both very high odds plays. So if you take both of those, you just need one to cash. They're both higher risk, so stake responsibly, be careful. Good luck this weekend. Let's make some money.